We are back, everyone. Sorry for the short delay there. We just made sure the plays were good to go. SuperFake on the top versus Dizdemon on the bottom in that Mage Mirror. Already a couple of turns in, but we'll have to see if any crazy shenanigans have happened so far. It does look like Incanter's flows were played left, right, and center if you look at that history bar, TJ.
Yeah. Go with the flow was the correct intro to the series. It worked. I summoned them. But yeah,
that's why we had to cut away. I think we didn't want anyone to relive old stresses of facing Incanter's flow, so we had to take that off camera and then come back and be like, right, it's been played, you can look again now, it's fine, we'll continue the game.
Okay, Ice Barrier picked up. I'm assuming that this is quest completion. There it is.
Yep, looks like it. I think going pretty smooth for Dizdemon here.
Yeah, the only difference, looking at the lineup side by side, is the one Cone of Cold for SuperFake and one Wand Thief for Dizdemon. Yeah, I think that's the only difference. I lost it for a second, but just going to get the minion out right away. I mean, Mage Mirrors can seem weird at times, right? Because neither player wants to have a minion on board. Like, even Magtheridon at a certain point can be risky because you're also giving your opponent minions that they can target, right? Unless you feel like you're so far behind on the quest. 12-12 on board usually doesn't even matter. So a lot of times players will hold on to minions, pick cheap stuff from Primordial Studies, just to be able to have minions that they can target with their own spells to get through the quest completion incredibly quickly.
Yeah, and there are layers of the Magtheridon that you go through, right? Initially, like, oh, sweet, I can summon 3 minions, so I've got loads of targets for these spells. I can use Flurry and progress my quest. Great. And then you realize, wait, if they die, my opponent has a 12-12 to target things with. So yeah, that very quickly is decided that it's a, as you mentioned, last-ditch attempt if the Magtheridon has to be played. But both players' curves are looking relatively smooth. Ice barriers being picked up for both is something you are looking for, because as you may have noticed in Dizdemon's hand, having Flurry is not great in this matchup until like your opponent's Dawn Grasp has been played, because it does require a target for it to go off. So those two cards are just unplayable for now. Dizdemon's offerings here. Is this a Mana Biscuit, TJ, or are you a bit more aggressive gamer with the Apex's Blast?
I think I would probably pick Mana Biscuit there. Just because having access to more powerful swing turns. The one problem I could see happening is that he just doesn't have that much burn in his hand, right? If he already had a ton of burn and could get Mana Biscuit and then go for like a quick kill, I think that would make a lot of sense. But just raw damage from Apex's Blast is fine too. One thing about this matchup to note is that getting quest completion and playing it first is not necessarily like the end-all be-all, because of the situation that you mentioned, right, with the flurries stuck in hand. If you complete the quest first, a lot of the time your opponent will complete their quest immediately after, because at that point they're likely holding on to like flurries, brain freezes, and just needing a target. Right? The ultimate next level play is to complete your quests if you complete it first, and then kill off your Dawn Grasp right away to not give your opponent the ability to swing back and complete theirs, because usually you're just waiting for a minion, right? Both players are just waiting for a minion to be able to complete that final part of their quest.
Yeah, and you even see there Dizdemon picking up Shattering Blast, which is a free spell that requires no target to be played, even though it's kind of an AoE, if you want to describe it like that. It destroys any frozen minions, but if there are none, it doesn't do anything, but you get to play it, which is very important. And I do think the most important thing is, as you mentioned, not necessarily completing the quest first, but completing the quest and having card draw in your hand afterwards, right? Because you want them to be able to cycle through a lot of your deck. Hopefully it's reduced, as these players do have Incanter's Flow on either side. So really you want that Varden, and then with the cram session is the main goal you're after. So you can cram session loads of cards with the extra spell damage and then start killing your opponent very quickly.
Yes. SuperFake just trying to decide, I think, between Lab Partner and Blood Mage. Lab Partner's free, you can still play a Brain Freeze on it, whereas Blood Mage cycles another card. And because he's missing 2 frost spells for quest completion, I think that he wants to try and dig deeper into the deck in order to be able to get it. But I mean, does have like near automatic quest completion once he does pick up like a second minion, assuming he can get another frost spell, because everything in his hand is so cheap. Was that fourth flow of the game going on here?
Yeah, it's pretty brutal, isn't it? And you can see SuperFake already frustrated because he doesn't have a strict plan going forward that's working as quickly as Dizdemon's is. And you can even see now the only thing Dizdemon is missing is the card draw, because although SuperFake's feeling bad about this, his brain is probably telling him, great, my opponent plays Dawn Grasp into Cram Session next turn and I die. Whereas we can see that is definitely not the case. Gonna go Hot Streak. Can he do the crossover turn? He can, right? Yeah. Brain Freeze, and then he can still Fireball the turn this turn if he really wants to.
Yep. And looking for, I mean, Shattering Oasis Ally. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'll take that. It's something.
Yeah, can complete the quest this turn himself with Fireball, Oasis Ally, Ruined Orb. That would be all 3. I don't think... I think you just have to pick Frost. Because he doesn't have... I mean, unless he wants to, Arcane Intellect and try and find a Flurry, knowing that Dawngrass is going to come down.
Oh!
Ignite!
I'm shocked. Is he just trying to kill him? He's got Ruined Orb, 2 Ignites now, and a Fireball. Is that his plan? He has Cram Session. If he completed the quest this turn, TJ, things would look very positive. Oh... I'm not sure about this. No cycling?
You get the ping off.
Did.
Alright, so does have quest completion next turn, and a lot of damage next turn as well. So it's Arcane and Frost. Dizdemon can kill off the Dawn Grasp, though. There's no reason for you to hold on to a Dawn Grasp, because there's an Ice Barrier up. You don't want to give your opponent any reason to play anything. So I think Dizdemon gets the Dawn Grasp online and then kills it off with first flame, second flame.
Yeah, I think so. And that'll be a big problem, because although SuperFake in hand has the cards to proc the quest, he needs targets, right? He doesn't actually have a minion.
Yep. So we're looking at what? Primordial Studies being the best draw off the top?
Yep. And I do think, to an extent, SuperFake has done this to himself, right? He sort of made himself need a minion target, and I don't think you can rely on your opponent's Dawn Grasp to be that minion. I think your opponent will always kill it off if possible. Obviously, there's a chance they don't have the cards to kill it off, but I think relying on that over taking a guaranteed free spell that you can play that turn might have been a little bit adventurous for me.
Yeah, it's not like he did that much with his mana anyway, right?
Right, and the thing is, if he'd just used the mana to... I mean, he spent 2 mana on a ping and floated a mana. That could have been the secret, right?
Yeah.
And now, although you said earlier, TJ, you don't need to complete the quest first necessarily, I would say you do generally want to complete the quest at some point.
Yeah. So, I'm mostly meant in the speed of
I know,
right?
Yeah.
Unless you can kill off your own Dawn Grasp, which can happen a good amount of times, right, if you're holding on to First Flames. But it has to be exactly that, because you don't want to throw your own burn into it, because that puts you just that much further behind, right? You may run out of damage to be able to kill it. So, I mean, SuperFake's just going for it. He's just saying, yeah, whatever. I'm not getting there. Yeah. Does have natural draw off the top plus Cram Session, so could draw Runner, Ignite. Well,
he has Ignite into Fireball, right? If he draws with Cram Session.
He could. He'd have to draw a Runner off the top, and there's only 9 cards left in deck. There's still, actually, there's really not much draw, as you just showed. There's Refreshing Spring Water. There's a Fire Sale, which can be traded, and then Primordial Studies, which I guess could pick up Blood Mage Thanos, or could just complete the quest. Oh!
Wait, is Dizdemon not
All right, that's lethal.
Minion. Oh, wait, it's just lethal. That was 0.
Yeah, he just hit lethal.
Fine. Oh, out of nowhere. SuperFake can't believe it. It's going to be game 1 going to Dizdemon, and what a strange game. And at least he's half smiling about it, but Dizdemon, the complete opposite of SuperFake here on camera, at least, where he's just cool, calm, and collected, as that's just another game. There we go. A little bit of relief at taking game number 1, a big step forward. But like I said, that's not fine for SuperFake, but it's acceptable. It's all just about this Warlock.
Yeah. And again, right, his game plan, once he realized that, all right, like, this is a little bit slow quest completion, I'll be 2 turns behind, essentially. I don't know if I can afford to just play my entire turn completing my quest, and then my entire turn next turn playing Dawn Grasp, or most of my turn next turn playing Dawn Grasp. So went for the burn plan and did give himself some outs, but it's not like he was setting up for anywhere near guaranteed 2 turn as well with that line. So just a pretty rough game overall, and you could see how anxious he was during that process.
And like I said, the biggest question for me was the fact that there was 2 mana spent on a ping and 1 mana floated, I believe, that turn, which if he just picked the secret, he gets the quest sorted, and then he's got more options next turn, right? He would have done 1 less damage to face, but had his quest. So it was a tough one there, I think, for SuperFake, but now he's moved on to the slightly spicier sauce, TJ, with this hand of Paladin, First Blade of Rin, Prismatic Jewel Kit. This feels like a week 1 deck, and I'm kind of here for it, honestly. I kind of want to see what this thing can do.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, to be honest. The Prismatic Jewel Kit, which kind of forces you to run some additional Divine Shield minions with Arch-Squire, Righteous Protector, and a Noirtron, which, and I guess First Blade of Rin can be thrown into the mix as well, just to make sure that you have consistent buffs for it, because when you draw Prismatic Jewel Kit, it does take up a spot in your hand, so if you don't have any Divine Shield minions, it's going to look quite silly, I would say. But it is a cool take on the deck, and Dizdemon's going to queue up the handlock right away. So, huge match here. If Dizdemon can win with handlock right away, it's looking pretty bad for SuperFake, to be quite honest.
I think so, and I think this is the big deal. What you were talking about with the Paladin is, yes, because of how he's choosing to build the deck, he's forced to play a few more Divine Shield minions, but against Warlock, that's very good, because Soul Rend is really the go-to big board sweep, and that is not quite as good when everything's got Divine Shield on it, and naturally has more stats anyway, if he can get hold of some of those buffs. So you can see how this Paladin deck has game versus Warlock, but still, again, my biggest problem with Paladin, from that I've seen of many different types of Paladin over the past couple of weeks, is that it's like, this deck's the best, or very powerful, if I draw well, right? And it's like that raw reliance. I don't feel there's any recovery mechanic in Paladin at the moment, so it does require you on having at least a solid draw to open and close out the game.
Well, that's a full mull, if I've ever seen one.
Yep. Oh, okay. Obviously the Mule not the best in the opening hand here, but he has a plan. He can dual kit Coin Protector and then go from there if he wants to be very aggressive. Of course, very important to note as well that Dizdemon is not running any kind of weapon removal, so that dual kit is there to stay.
Imagine using weapon removal on a Prismatic Jewel Kit.
Things scary.
Seems weird, but I guess it's just good. Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, though, Dizdemon kept Tamsin and Backfire. The Backfire, a very common keep in Warlock, of course. But do you like the Tamsin keep and, of course, the combination of the Quest Throw in this matchup?
Yeah, you really just need to keep the board in check, right? And the quest doesn't get you there. But there's always an argument for every matchup, no matter what it is, that you could keep quest, right? Some of it depends on your early hand, right? If you have like an early quest completion hand, but just wanting to find that additional removal and ways to keep the board under control, because you can end up dying pretty quickly in this matchup if you're not removing the first couple minions, because Paladin is kind of a snowball class
Right.
at the moment, especially this type of hand buff paladin where it just seems like every turn the minions in hand get bigger and bigger.
And looking at this hand here for SuperFake, it's already starting to look like a sort of late game drop beefy minions kind of hand, right? Like Battleground Battlemaster, not really an on-curve minion. The one pack mule is not what you're looking for at all. Yes, the dual kit can get a buff here and there, but right now, even if dual kit's played, the next minion after this protector is going to be Fordring, right? Which is feels like a long way away just to get one buff to your hand.
Yeah. Just, I don't know, hoping that a Noyatron is picked up next turn, so you can go Prismatic Jewel Kit a Noyatron into Coin Talon. Maybe.
I think he's just hoping, honestly, for like just a Banana Man off the top, just to draw more minions, right? Buff the hand you've already got, even though it's a little bit feeble right now. But just draw more minions, draw more stuff to play. And Dizdemon has the luxury here with this, I would say, mediocre opening from SuperFake to just play the backfire, not really have to worry too much. His hand is very, very full right now, which means the Anetheron, unless I can't count, is going to be 1 mana next turn.
It will. Okay. Goody Two Shields is interesting.
So do you think this is worth the coin for the dual kit? Because is he going to skip 2 Divine Shield minions being on board without the dual kit here?
Hello? Hello?
Well, like, what would the play be? Like Soul Rend to rip off the Divine Shields? I think it's...
Well, he's not going for it if he's using the 2 shields first.
Yeah, I think you just have to play it, right? You have to put more power on board, and if Dizdemon spends the turn ripping off Divine Shields, like, he's likely not doing anything else.
Yeah, so. I think, yeah. It just feels tricky to, like, just in case these are cleaned up somehow, or at least the shields are pulled off, that, like, dual kit's just not there, and then I feel like SuperFake might just get to the late game and still have 2 prismatic dual kits in his hand, which feels kind of rough.
Yeah.
Now, though, for Dizdemon, we'll get these names fixed at some point, but yeah, SuperFake on the top, Dizdemon on the bottom, in case you're just joining us here. But Goldshire, Null, and Anetheron are playable this turn, and that is fairly strong. I'm gonna skip the Anetheron though. Okay. Oh, okay. He's gonna tap. Okay. I didn't know whether he was gonna try and use a removal instead, but yeah, he's just gonna tap instead. Okay. So he can dual kit, trade, coin, first blade, right?
Yes.
That looks the first good turn I think we could see from SuperFake here.
Yeah, that's actually really good. Would have to trade the Divine Shield for the Righteous Protector as well, but would get the Divine Shield back on the Goody Two Shields, get these minions in hand buffed up quite a bit.
Well, there's also a chance that he just doesn't do that, right? He could just play the Rain and just leave the... Because this Anetheron's doing nothing if there's just this Divine Shield Righteous Protector on the board.
Yeah, but I think you're just removing it. It also puts a 5/7 on board. You still have 2 Divine Shields preserved.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's a full Prismatic Jewel Kit used up on a single turn. The turn it was played. That's quite insane. Dizdemon does have some ways to try and clean this up and go, like, Coil, Shadow Blast, Touch.
I wonder.
Or Shadow Blast the Rin, Raise Dead? Or Touch, Raise Dead?
Yeah.
Play a Netheron Null? Shadow Blast Coil? No, it doesn't work out.
I think it's interesting to see how far Dizdemon wants to go, because obviously the longer he waits with all this removal in his hand, the more insane Tamsin's going to be when he does choose to play it, right? Because if the Tamsin can go with like the Drain Soul, a Touch, a Coil, and an Unstable Shadow Bolt, like all in the same turn, that's a board claim in most circumstances. Plus a ton of healing.
Yeah.
Just going to replay the minions. This is one of the drawbacks as well from killing an Etheron, is that it makes the raised dead pretty powerful. Whereas if there was just the Protector on board, maybe this Etheron couldn't have actually died.
Dizdemon could have gone null into the first Blade of Ren, and then touched it and left a goody 2 shields with Divine Shield on board.
SuperFake. Sorry, I'm very distracted by SuperFake on camera, and you know what? I'm okay with it.
He is very distracted.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. If my casting's rubbish this match, or more rubbish than normal, I'm blaming SuperFake, but I'm also more than happy.
I wonder.
Yeah, this Tailwind now at a casual 6-6 is a little bit more imposing than it is in its 3-3 form, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is an incredible turn to touch. Unstable Shadow Blast, then Unstable Shadow Blast, and touch again. Healing for 4 and fully clearing the board.
And this is where the sort of half turn, last turn pays off, right? Because it's given Tamsin the much stronger response. So, although that turn looked in, it was pretty strong for SuperFake. Dizdemon just about managed to get the Anetheron down, but this response is huge. And there's also very slowly there creeping up 2 very cheap Flesh Giants in the hand for Dizdemon, and not going to be much SuperFake can do about it. I think he probably wishes that Samuro was in hand for a while to gain some of those dual kit buffs.
Yeah, this is not looking good. This Battle Master will just get eaten up by the Anetheron. Though,
there's a chance that it could just one more removal to go Drain Soul, and then something to eat it, and then Anetheron gets and then Anetheron just gets to go face.
And so that's a full clear
giants.
Plus both giants, and the Anetheron goes face. That's game over.
Yeah, that's just has to be game. I'm gonna give a quick check over. Yep, no way to clear this. Not enough mana for Blessing of Authority and Samuro. So there's no chance of a very strange, huge AoE clear coming out. I don't even know what the best he could possibly have with 7 mana here. A Neutron and Righteous Protector maybe to try and just put enough stuff in the way, but he can't draw 2. So not looking good, is it? I don't believe there's any reason for Dizdemon not to play both giants. There's no Libram of Justice. There's no, any kind of equality effects with tax or anything like that. So yeah, not surprised to see both giants coming down, and it's all starting to go downhill from here because this was the deck that was supposed to be the one that SuperFake farms this series.
Yeah, this did not look... I mean, it had glimmers of hope, but it did not look as one-sided as you would have expected with SuperFake going 7-1 with this type of lineup, right? And I don't think there's the way out here. I think this is lethal no matter which way you slice it. Blade Master Samuro, Hand of Adal, there's not even anything it could pick up that could buff it for 1 mana. That could clear off multiple things on the board.
Yeah, even if he rips a Neutron here, it's not good enough, right? Because Tamsin just pokes it, one of the 8 attacks pokes it, and then there's 16 damage from the other 2. So like I said, TJ, I don't know if it's a stream curse or not. SuperFake obviously got here so far with this Paladin in its lineup, but I've never seen Paladin do well on stream. I feel like it's just a thing, at least for me. It just falls over and looks terrible every time.
It just loses. Yeah, it just loses. It's absurd. He's obviously won a ton with it to get to this point, but somehow you get on stream and boom, it's over. So I don't even. What was he even? Please don't have literally any removal. Is that what that was?
Please trade ritual mine with yours, sort of thing. Like,
yeah.
Oh, it was huge though. The big Drain Soul turn was massive, and the turn before that as well, right? The fact that Tamsin basically got back-to-back strong turns definitely carried him through, and I am glad we are going to see this as maybe the last deck here. We are going to see it's going to be the Rogue, right? Oh no, it's the Demon Hunter from Dizdemon. I think Rogue got banned, and SuperFake's Priest, and there it is, TJ, in all its moo glory.
Well, at least we get to see it, right?
Yeah.
At least SuperFake like doesn't just queue up Mage and gets rolled by OTK Demon Hunter. At least the Priest is gonna come into play once. At least once. Well, no, only once. Guaranteed once. If he loses, the series is over. If he wins, the Priest is gone. So I'm glad we at least get to see it. But yeah, there it is. Goal of the deck is to control the board, control the game until you get Moonfang, and then copy it, buff it, do whatever, because it's not dying. That's for sure.
The best part about that graphic, TJ, was I was sat there going, how was Moonfang not on the key cards? And then I was quiet because I realized I did SuperFake's key cards. So I was like, and then I thought I'd own up to my mistake. But yes, the some of the other cards were the key surroundings, right? It's not like you play Moonfang on its own and then it wins the game. It does require those buffs just to try and save myself a little bit of pride somewhere along the line. But we are going to check out Dizdemon's OTK Demon Hunter, and it's pretty much the go-to list. There are some lists, of course, still, like, for example, not playing Magtheridon. But in general, you're looking at those glides as some key cards to look out for as well. And a card that could really cause SuperFake some problems, right? Because a lot of the time as Priest, you're generating or trying to draw cards, and it's not like you're planning on playing out all of your removal in turns 1 or 2 to bring that hand size down. So the glide itself could cause SuperFake some issues I can see in this series.
It could, yeah. It could. We'll see, though. It could just draw the Moonfang, but
It's true.
OTK Demon Hunter, probably one of the better classes to dealing with a Moonfang, even though it doesn't have like direct removal. Immolation Aura deals damage twice, has a ping ability with the hero power and Fellscream Blast. So maybe, right, ways to deal with the Moonfang. Magtheridon is also just another way to kill a Moonfang.
That's true, yeah.
At any point. So you can really tell why Warlock was the target for this specific lineup and not necessarily anything else, because there's a lot of glaring holes in the game plan when you're having to face up against some of the other meta decks.
Right, this is what I like to see. SuperFake definitely on the back foot in this series, down 0-2, and the key target deck is gone now for Dizdemon. But he's still jamming, TJ. He's still good. He's still good to go. Still feeling good, clearly listening to some good music, and I'd love it if we had the mic there just to hear him sing. But yeah, still feeling confident. We'll have to see how this one plays out. Not the best opening hand because there isn't a Moonfang there. Dizdemon, on the other hand. Do you think he keeps any of this? Do you think he looks at this glide or this acrobatic?
He's still going.
Well,
I don't even care.
Wait, this is
I don't even care what Dizdemon's doing.
He's actually got moves. This isn't just him singing. He's doing the actions.
Yeah, this is rehearsed.
Yeah. I mean, if it's potentially your last game on stream for the tournament, if he's feeling unfavored, why not pull out all the stops, TJ? I want a full production in the background of his camera going on. I want like a cat to just dance past or something, you know, really really up the value on this.
Yeah.
There's the Moonfang, though. Oh, there. Casual face slaps.
The light shall burn you.
So probably
this
a demonic
Grandmaster.
studies. Like, is it worth it to talk about the game?
I don't want to, I'll be honest. I love Hearthstone, but I'm loving this camera more.
Yeah. Alright, what are we even looking for here?
Okay.
Brightwing, there it is. Turn 2 play.
I mean, it just makes sense. I was going to start talking about the benefits of a Plagued Proto-Drake as a very difficult minion for Demon Hunter to clear, but why would I bother when I can just say Brightwing?
The light shall burn you.
We are friends now.
There it is.
And the
What's it gonna
legendary
get?
is-
A Moonfang, perhaps?
Oh, imagine. You struggle against the one Moonfang, but 2. He can throw one out for bait. Although I do think the acrobatics and the glide, just to talk about Dizdemon to an extent, were kept in the opening hand, I think. He did have 2 of them there. But he's got more than enough card draw. I imagine it's just going to be Sigil to set it up for next turn, right, to prot the quest.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't really want to expend card draw unless you are completing one step of the quest, so just throw in hero power to face. Still not in Moonfang territory yet, so doesn't really have to worry. And it's funny how exceptionally useless Zyrella is in this matchup in particular. Really not much to do with it. Power Infusion on a Moonfang sounds quite good.
Wait a minute. This is it. I've got it. Okay, you already messed it up. Idol of Yasharaj to then get them both gloated back into the deck, and then you draw the idol and summon the 10/10 Moonfang.
Next level plays.
Oh, yep. Welcome to the big leagues. You know, Dizdemon does have the luxury of pretty much being able to do what he wants. The benefit of these extra minions on board is SuperFake does run a ton of minion buffs because of the Moonfang, but those minion buffs don't have to go on Moonfang. Is he telling me I'm wrong, TJ? He's like, no. They have to go on Moonfang.
They have to go on Moonfang.
Raven, you're doing it wrong.
Throw a Power Infusion on the Brightwing, get some removal out, then drop the Moonfang.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of the hand is quite terrible, to be honest, for SuperFake. Double Condemn, useless. Barongeddon, too slow.
Fine.
Insight will draw Zyrella only, which is not that great also.
Playing around Glide. It's only good if you have a bad hand, right? So you have a bad hand. Genius.
Yeah. And Dizdemon doesn't know. This is Coin Glide. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's Coin Glide. Oh.
He's like, come back to me.
Come back to me. Or something, right? Like,
Well, he does have corrupted.
Insight.
He does have corrupted insight now in the deck, right? Because he did corrupt it before it got shuffled.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
this can do some stuff, right? Palm Reading, which corrupts the insight, discounts it, as well as the Thrive in the Shadows, which could also pick up, could be like a Moonfang pickup into Thrive, which picks up something that could buff them.
Psyche, Split, Elic, Mount, Power Word, Fortitude being, I think, the top three he would be looking for there from Thrive.
Yeah.
If SuperFake doesn't release a dance video, I'm going to be upset. Give the people what they want. Is that Power Word? Oh!
Psyche Split. Oh, I mean, you could. Who needs a Moonfang? Just get the Brightwing.
The moon
And 10 is very hard to deal with.
It was Brightwing all along. And I really want SuperFake's playlist. I've never seen someone be 0-2 down in a single elimination bracket, top 16 of a Masters Tour, and seemingly have this much fun.
Here's the twist. He's not even listening to music.
It's an audio book.
Yeah.
It's a tale of two cities.
No, it's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Which bit are they dancing in that? They're not.
They're not. They're at the chess event right now.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah.
Oh, God.
Get him, Ron.
Knight to e4. Oh, God. So that, just try and slowly bring this back around to Hearthstone at some point. Dizdemon, I think SuperFake was worried for just a second that there was some kind of clear, but Dizdemon did the best he could do and just bring these Brightwings down a little bit and to a more manageable health total. SuperFake trying to just work out what he wants to do. He does have the 2 corrupted insights, so I believe there is still the Zyrella and the Moonfang in the deck.
Yep.
Could draw them both, but if he misses and gets the Zyrella, then he can't draw and play the Moonfang in that same turn as well. So it looks like he's just going to protect the Brightwings.
Yeah. I mean, they're big minions on board. I think I might have liked this the other way, right? Putting 1 minion to 7 is better than keeping both at 6 or below because of like Arcanist plus Immolation Aura.
He might think that he just wants to go for having both because he might think just one 6-attack minion just won't get there in time.
Okay.
And although SuperFake obviously disappointed with that clear, Dizdemon has a whole lot of nothing in his hand, right? If your opponent is clearing these minions, yes, that's frustrating. But if your OTK Demon Hunter opponent has 2 cards in hand and has not completed quests yet, you're still in a good spot almost no matter what's going on.
Yeah.
Does have 2 insights now.
Yeah, that would have been clear either way as well with Hero Power. Just
Right.
would have taken 6 more damage if he healed the other way. But yeah, double insight. Palm reading can find something as well. I wonder if SuperFake wants to thrive first before palm reading? Or, okay, just
Right.
insight.
Yeah, if he palm readings first, he can't double insight and play a Moonfang, right? But if he falls short, so he wants to make sure he can draw a Moonfang and play it, so he starts with the first insight. If he gets Moonfang, okay, he can change around his plan maybe. If he doesn't get Moonfang, he can still get it and play it. So I did like that first. Alec, I think. Power Word always looks like the go-to, but Alec has Death Rattle into another minion, which again, against Demon Hunter, is fantastic.
And he can't kill it. And honestly, even if he could kill it, it would have meant like another. It would have meant what, second Immolation Aura or second Fell Screen Blast. And if either of those things had happened, Dizdemon would have no removal left. And in the case of Fell Screen Blast, no Fell Screen Blast left, no Talented Arcanist left, 1 Guild Trader down. Like the Zyrella might have been able to end the game at that point, right?
He can kill this, right? I-beam and weapon?
Oh, yeah. No,
It's fixed to do... Yeah, it does this.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he can kill this. I thought so, yeah. But again, he kills it, which is a huge problem, but he has nothing in his hand, right? So SuperFake can either clear... Oh! Claw!
It still leaves the...
Spirit?
Rally brings back a Brightwing, but Auspicious Spirits is better, yeah.
Yeah.
Just any minion, right?
And I imagine he wants to devour in Plague, right? Obviously, depending on what comes out here, but just get rid of the Moag, because you were mentioning earlier, listing all of the cards and removal that are gone from Dizdemon. Like, that's a big deal, right? The Arcanist, the 1 Moag now, 1 I-Beam, all of this is just slipping away from Dizdemon here. He does get some card draw into a Spectral Sight, which is absolutely huge. Finally, for Dizdemon, after taking about 6 turns off, he gets to progress his quest and get that Kurtrus in hand, and maybe even on board. I think he can afford to play it. Is he scared of Alec Mount, probably?
Yeah, but...
Maybe he does I-Beam. Because if there's just no minions, suddenly there's a mystery minion in the deck somewhere, which we can see is the Geddon in hand, and there's a Zyrella, right? And 1 Studies. So there's 3 minions that can even be played so far in the deck. Maybe he just clears this one to avoid all of the other buffs, because there are still plenty of buffs left. Psyche Split, 2 Alec Mounts, 2 Power Word Fortitudes. Another palm reading, I think, still knocking around to be able to, discover buffs or something along those lines. But I actually do like this from Dizdemon. I think after review, this looks correct.
All right, well, Zyrella costs 2. Oh, I
Big Geddon.
was going to go Alec Mount, but I guess this sets up... Does this set up for lethal with Alec Mount? No, not quite.
So he's relying on the Kurtrus being played, which will dramatically reduces the chances of Dizdemon cleaning up this Geddon. Geddon does what? 7? What is the Alec buff?
9
plus 4.
Plus 4. So it's 13.
And he could draw... He draw anything to actually push 1 more? I don't think so. It'd be too expensive, right? Alec at 6. Power Word Fortitude wouldn't be cheap enough, right?
Neither would Psyche Split.
Oh, was that death, though? Oh, okay.
All right.
That's not. I'll take that. If you can't have lethal, you'll take a 2-mana removal card for the only minion they've got.
Yeah, and Dizdemon's ability to actually kill is pretty limited. There's one Fellscreen Blast, no Eye Beams, only the one Guild Trader and one Moarch. There's no Talented Arcanist left. So...
SuperFake very importantly keeping hold of that Xyrella because he wants another minion ready to go to be a target of buffs as opposed to just throwing a 4/4 out which dies to almost anything Demon Hunter can do.
Yeah.
Chaos Leech with a Guild Trader? Didn't quite look good enough. He needs another Moarch, right?
Needs another Moarch, yeah.
Hang on a minute.
What?
He can double Leech now? For 7, that's 14, right? With the Guild Trader? And heals for 1 million.
Yes. Still dead, though, because there's a 4/7 in this. Oh, no, he's not dead.
He heals for 1 million,
heals
right?
Up with it. Yeah, I was thinking...
Yeah.
in my mind, I was thinking, are there any lethal scenarios with Il'gynoth if you were to pick up a Moarch? But we'll kill this. But that's the Guild Trader. So now there's just Moarchs left. And there's only one Moarch left, because that's both studies as well.
Yeah, I like this Il'gynoth from Dizdemon. We can see we're staring at Hysteria and such, but I think this is the time, right? He's not had the game where he's going to... Oh! A minute. Hold on. Wait.
It's 14, I think.
Can he... Oh, he's not got the mana.
I wonder.
Oh, I forgot Hysteria wasn't reduced. I was working out if there was like a weird soul mirror into Hysteria board that makes, things hit into his new Il'gynoth to then punch for the rest of the damage.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a lot of damage because the Il'gynoth will attack, right, and deal 8. And then he could also heal. Use the heal, his hero power, to deal more damage. Or he could just Soul Mirror and then trade off the Il'gynoth on the other side of the board. He'd be left with there'd be a 3/1 on the other side of the board, and he would have he would also take 16 points of damage.
His heal wouldn't do anything though, right? His hero power wouldn't do anything. Because it's not lifesteal.
Oh yeah, it's not lifesteal, it's heal, sorry. Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah, this is just clean though. SuperFake going for just I'll clear this board. There goes Il'gynoth. At this point, could Dizdemon do anything to win? Are there any cards available? Let's take a quick look at what's left for Dizdemon, but... Magtheridon? Okay.
Magtheridon and then Immolation Aura? Yeah.
Or Immo Fellscreen Blast and so on.
But there's a Soul Mirror to be able to answer the Magtheridon, and I think that's wise of SuperFake to hold on to the Soul Mirror, because at this point, the game is solved from his perspective. He found a way to clear without using Soul Mirror.
Right.
So now the only threat that Dizdemon has left is Magtheridon, which is cleared by the Soul Mirror, and that's it. So, very smart play from SuperFake that last turn. And, I mean, he's just pushing for a turn, right? So, like, Dizdemon to find something to win the game.
Yeah, for a turn also helps, I heard. Well, there's Acro,
yeah.
so...
Yeah, SuperFake knows that he's got this one in the bag. Yeah, Dizdemon's just going to get the Magtheridon. He knows that it's the last hope to win, and then SuperFake's going to Soul Mirror it, and then Dizdemon's going to concede because he has nothing left.
It's a good effort from Dizdemon, though. May as well play for that last push. Maybe Soul Mirror's bottom card. Let's remember, although Dizdemon's at the bottom of his deck, SuperFake's got 13 more cards to go. So it is not necessarily always happening that Soul Mirror is available.
Yeah. Doing whatever he can. Setting up a little bit as well. Going to be in fatigue, though, and still needs 2 turns to win. And that's a sigil played as well, so that's going to be multiple fatigue. But yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, yeah. He was thinking. It was all part of the grand plan, TJ. Are these all mind games, TJ? Surely it's just Soul Mirror next game? SuperFake just trying to like mind games Dizdemon here and let him wait, and then Soul Mirror right at the end and be like,
He's just trying to tilt him off the face of the earth. He's just gonna rope out the Soul Mirror. Oh my gosh!
The weird thing here is though, I don't think Dizdemon is
Quickly.
actually.
Am I missing
Correct.
something? It's like Soul Mirror not good. Like
I think it is. I don't think Dizdemon's the right player to try and do this to, because I don't think
oh,
care. Like, see what I mean? It's like it's an eyebrow raise from Dizdemon. He's not even bothered. He's like, yeah, okay, fine. Because Dizdemon, every time I've seen him, has been fairly sort of chill, no matter what's been going on. So, yeah, there you go. There's the singing from SuperFake.
that's so BM. Oh man.
Well,
He's like, yeah, Harry, get him.
I think he's saying, TJ, that you're saying there's a chance, right? He's got to win with the priest.
Yeah.
Now got Mage again, capable of beating Demon Hunter, although again, like Demon Hunter is so strong right now, it's still going to be an uphill climb for SuperFake, but we have seen one of the weaknesses historically that Demon Hunter has is just big aggressive minions on curve, especially with those Divine Shields, so there's a sense that the Paladin could pick up a win too, so it's not over yet for SuperFake. We are going to see him try and fight back, and I do just want to draw attention to this choice. The Brightwing pickup early on, honestly, did so much of the heavy lift in this match.
It really did. It put the pressure on Dizdemon to have to use some of that removal earlier, which meant that he was, grasping at straws later in the game to try and kill everything, which he did end up killing everything, right? It was just, at that point, he had used so many of his resources that he didn't have enough to actually execute the combo at a certain point, and SuperFake was pretty much just able to fatigue him from that point and have the check for the Magtheridon. But still an uphill battle, right? This is not over by any means for SuperFake. I think that Paladin definitely has opportunities to find wins, right? If you snowball that early board and get a sneaky lethal, dodge some removal. Mage is probably the one I'm worried about, just because the Demon Hunter can do a lot to disrupt your game plan, right? Not playing minions in the early game, they complete their quests faster, and then it's just a race from there. A race in which, at any point, Demon Hunter has the ability to heal up all of the damage that Mage does.
Yeah, I think that is going to be the tough one as far as I can see it as well. But for now, we are going to check out the Paladin. And like we were saying, it's got a chance, right? And this opening doesn't look too shabby either. Not really sure about a potential tailing keep, but everything else, just having the Knight to draw additional card, going Bannerman with Carriel Roam, with that having a buff on it and Divine Shield, looks like it could have been a keep there. But SuperFake wants something a little bit more from his Paladin by the looks of things.
Moonfang! That's what he wanted.
Yep, that's the card. GG, I guess, at this point.
Yeah. Alright, so right now it's the choice between I have Anointment and Artisquire or nothing. Okay. Wants to get the full value from the Bannerman. Probably go coin Bannerman into something.
Yeah.
Tempo Moarg for Dizdemon. I always like this play because Paladin just has no spells that deal damage to get absolutely no benefit from it. And it gives you a chance to fight on the board. Oh, jeez. Coin Bannerman into triple ones.
That seems pretty good to me. And bear in mind, the +1 on the Moonfang is actually super clutch in this matchup, right? It just removes some of the options that Dizdemon has to clear up a Moonfang in one go.
Another happy guildie.
Another Tempo Moarg for you, TJ? Nope, okay. Legendary Studies from Dizdemon. He wasn't going to go all in.
I see.
And Clyde loaded up in outcast position is also... Everything's looking pretty good for Dizdemon. Obviously, SuperFake's going to dump a lot of his hand here, so the Glide isn't going to be as beneficial, but he knows that there would still be 3 buffed minions left. Single prismatic jewel kit plus double ones though with the Ardent Squires here. But the glide is really going to ruin SuperFake's day, I feel.
Yeah, the buffs do get removed, right? If the minions are buffed up and glided back, the buffs don't exist anymore. So I wonder if Dizdemon would be happy at like one, like bop into the shield, then glide. There is also the Banana Man buff on some of these minions too. So even though it's not getting rid of both shields with this dual kit, it might just be good enough.
Yeah, it also progresses the quest. It's a double whammy. See what he gets back. All right, double jump good, acrobatics good, spectral sight good. Just gets back a bunch of card draw. Sounds reasonable to me. Ooh, but the pack mule draw with a divine shield still preserved. Another divine shield. All right, I mean it's not the worst hand in the world for SuperFake to get back.
Time grows short.
No, it's not too bad at all, right? Like, even just getting the extra minions there with the Divine Shield still being on board. He could even just go for the McGurgle into Hand of a Doll here, just to hopefully maybe draw another minion. Double Divine Shield means that he's likely to stick something. And if he can land the Blessing of Authority on then that is a huge deal, because Demon Hunter has to do a lot of work to kill like one big minion versus how easy it looks that they deal with a smaller, wider boards.
Yeah. It's looking okay, and the hardest part I think here for Dizdemon is going to be to actually find a turn to play the Kurtrus. Completing the Kurtrus is not an issue. It's about, all right, well, can I spend 5 mana just playing a big minion when my opponent could kill me at any point, turn 6 and beyond.
Yeah, also this Paladin deck is a double Battleground Battlemaster deck as well, so the likelihood of them threatening that is just double than normal, because we're so used to seeing like a single Battlemaster in a lot of these decks. He's going to proc and glide again. Okay. It's really weird though as well, because that's just put even more mules in the deck, so that there's even more draws for even more mules.
There's 4 mules. It's just going to be all mules. Oh, jeez.
The chance looks like the spectator bug increases dramatically right now.
Oh, jeez. the hand is like the same. Except the mules aren't buffed. All right, so the Blessing of Authority going back in the deck, though, I think is a pretty big deal for the reasons you mentioned.
Yeah, you can see already, right? If Blessing came down on, say, the Argent Squire, what does Dizdemon even do at that point, right? You just get hit and lose.
A lot of damage being put on, though.
And how would you go about this? Would you just dump some of these mules, or are you staring at the 2 shields just for the Divine Shield? Because there is that Battlemaster next turn.
Yeah, you can play Goody 2 shields plus a Pack Mule and still have triple buffed Pack Mule next turn if Dizdemon were to clear the board. So I'm fine with just going for this.
And the 2 highest attack minions next to each other to set up for that Battle Master, of course. And look at this from Dizdemon. He's just got nothing, right? Like, he has to Guild Trader into something?
Yeah.
Double jump, I'm not sure what he would fish for from double jump, honestly. Because I think by the time he double jumps and does something, he won't have enough mana, right?
Yeah. Whew.
I grow impatient.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it, TJ. I'm seeing Guild Trader as a hope into what it would be Immolation Aura with the Moag, maybe. Then maybe that's just got to be enough right now. But outside of that, I'm seeing very little to go on here. And Dizdemon's just saying, okay.
Whoa! I-beam or bust?
Got I-beam, but it doesn't work, right? Because it's 1 mana.
Yeah, it would have had to have been a Spectral Sight into removal, right? Spectral Sight into like Talented Arcanist Immo. I don't know. I mean,
Would
that
have
was
had to have been
only
a
line.
lot. Yeah, it would have had to have been a lot of things to line up and go right. And suddenly, TJ, we've come down to a bit of a weird matchup, and a matchup I was not expecting this series to come down to. It's going to be Demon Hunter versus Quest Mage, two almost like meta staples over the course of this expansion, right? And this is not how I saw this going. I expected either the Warlock to get bullied, or this Priest or Paladin to have fallen over and taken all the losses.
Yeah, and this also goes to show you the importance of that game one, right? If SuperFake had won that Mage Mirror, we wouldn't really be in this position,
Right.
given how much success SuperFake has had across the other matchups. So it comes down to this, and I never count OTK Demon Hunter out, right? I just feel like, especially in this matchup, it just feels like it goes faster. It has insurance in the later stages of the game because you have so much heal. The mage finds himself in an awkward position where they have to try and kill in a single turn and float the Demon Hunter at like pretty high health totals in order to not incentivize them to heal. Demon Hunter doesn't play minions in the early game. They can hold on to minions at every step of the way, and if they do have to play one, they can kill it off right away. Makes it difficult to complete the quest, so not the best matchup for SuperFake.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough one, and I do agree with you. I think Demon Hunter is one of the most well-rounded decks in the game right now, and Mage might just be a little bit too slow. But I thought SuperFake was out of this series, and you know what happened there, right? So you never know. SuperFake's boundless energy, by the looks of things, might just be enough to get him through this one. At least there's a kind of a strange interaction, right, between the ice barriers and the weapons that the Demon Hunter wants to proc to draw their tradable minion. Because it does mean that, let's just say, I doubt he will, but let's just pretend SuperFake keeps both ice barriers. That is 2 fairly guaranteed frost spells being procced, right? Because like if Dizdemon forgoes like swinging the Tuskpiercer, then that's kind of still good for SuperFake, because that means his opponent is drawing less cards overall.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting, right? I think that Dizdemon doesn't have to go with the Tuskpiercers, right? Could just find other ways to complete the quest. But needs things other than frost spells as well to keep the quest going. No one cares, Flo. In the early hand, and Careful I feel like can sometimes be a necessity at pretty much any point in the game for Mage, just to be able to go for those big burst turns, right, and not have to pay full mana costs for all your stuff.
I think most importantly, kill the Demon Hunter in one go, because if you start picking away at damage and then they just heal back up to 30, and you've used a fireball here, a rune over there, then suddenly maybe you've not got all of the damage together at the right time. So Flow definitely helps with that. As SuperFake taking his time, of course, but just getting that quest live. He has a long way to go till he can use the water to draw some more cards, so we might even see him look for like a Thalnos from the studies just to get the card draw going. Oh, okay, well that helps.
Yeah, but it's still slow. But I guess he does have time. Not an infinite amount of time. No shortage of card draw now. For Dizdemon, Spectral Sight.
Oof. Exactly where you want it to be?
Yep. Glide,
and
like
another card
every
that can mess with Mage.
matchup. Yeah, I mean, it feels like it messes with every deck in the meta game right now.
Apart from Hunter, where I've only seen
Hunter.
I've only seen it mess with Hunter, I think, once ever, and it was a very strange game.
Yeah.
I think the hand was something like Rhino, Kodobane, obviously, like, the Kodo Bane gets played, and then the glide happened, and it just shuffled them all back in.
Yeah.
Bit of an odd one. Oh, okay.
You don't want to pick Gennard.
Really gonna cut it. The problem with Gennard is if he plays it this turn for the effect, well, one, he's proccing the barrier, and he's also leaving a minion on board for SuperFake to play with. Maybe Skull and a one-sided glide here, which again will help him progress and complete his quest.
Okay. He's gonna attack. All right.
If it just kept that second ice barrier, could have been perfect.
If only, is that a flow?
That's a flow.
It's a little awkward because he's already played the arcane spell for this quest.
Right.
He's going to have to delay it a turn. But Ignite is fine because now it's going to discount the higher damage Ignite as well. Going into there. And then looking for a cheap minion. None of these are particularly good. Astromancer Solarium puts a minion in your deck. However, Solarium Prime could be a difference maker in some cases, right? When you need that little bit of extra damage.
Yeah, and especially if you time this right, because if he just plays water next turn, for example, potentially, or just basically holds on to Solarium for a little bit, then his water is still likely to be guaranteed. Here though, Dizdemon, wishing no doubt that Skull and Guild Trader turned up in the different order.
Demons?
It's another game, isn't it, TJ, where Dizdemon just doesn't look like he has it, right? He just doesn't look like he can get hold of the resources in time.
Just call it water?
Pleasure doing business.
Yeah, spring water,
happy,
right?
Gilly.
Refreshing spring water.
Okay, never mind. I thought you were referring... It is. I thought you were referring... For some reason, I thought you were... No, I thought you were referring to Frost Spell School.
Oh, right.
Like,
yeah,
all of this sentence that he's saying is so confusing.
No, sorry, I meant because obviously he wants to play spring water while it's less of a chance to draw a minion, right?
Yeah.
You back with me, TJ. I wasn't talking about like water bending or anything like that. So it's a different thing.
Yeah. All right.
Kurtrus, though, I was talking about Dizdemon not quite getting hold of the resources, but suddenly, in the blink of an eye, Kurtrus with an acrobatics and a skull in hand. Yeah, this is where he starts to accelerate the old game plan here.
Yep. Okay, so we're fire and frost.
My quest, my revenge, it all ends here!
Or fire and then frost, arcane, fire again. So we'll have a target for the final frost spell.
Yep.
Cone of Cold. So it can open with First Flame. And then Cone of Cold. And then can Second Flame. And then what best pickup would be a 1 mana arcane spell, which... Ooh, Hot Streak.
That helps out a fair bit, right?
Maybe not this turn. It's weird because usually you want to save the hot streaks until you're going for the ultimate burn, right?
Yeah.
Because you do want to, again, kill them in as close to 1 turn as possible to limit the amount of healing that they can do to negate it.
The problem is, though, he does need to work out how long this is going to take, right? If Hot Streak helps him get Dawngrasp down quicker, then that's important because Dawngrasp is going to be another relatively slow turn from SuperFake if he gets there. And like I said, Kurtrus has already been played for Dizdemon. We can see that Dizdemon has access to a lot of card draw, but I think that's a fair assumption playing against any Demon Hunter after a Kurtrus has happened, is that card draw is going to be the follow-up.
Yep.
Another hot streak.
Yeah, that's the second hot streak. I think is very good.
Hey, you can just do the quest this turn, right?
Yeah, needs to pick this fast. Cram session. 3 cram sessions? That's a little bit excessive. So yeah, next turn now we're looking at just a fire spell needed. So Dawngrasp will be complete. Has all of the card draw necessary. Ooh. Il'gynoth, Talented Arcanist, Moarg in hand. The Moarg's not discounted.
Pleasure doing business.
So where's he at here? 4 mana for Il'gynoth, 0 mana Arcanist, 1 Moarg. He does have double Fell Screen Blast and 2 Eye Beams now as well, so there's a lot of burst potential. It's just having the targets to be able to use those things on.
So you can go... Oh, jeez. Il'gynoth, Fell Screen Blast, that's 1. Moarg, Eye Beam your Il'gynoth, that's 6, so that's 7. And then Talented Arcanist, Fell Screen Blast, the rest of them, which is 16. So 23 is max with the current hand. And
wait, couldn't he, instead of doing that, do the Il'gynoth Moarg Fell Scream and then do the Arcanist with another Fell Scream? Would that work? Oh, I guess you missed the Eye Beam then, don't you?
you missed the Eye Beam, yeah.
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
So, yeah, so the first Fell Screen Blast is only 1 damage, so it's kind of moot. But the race is on. I feel like Dizdemon has got to be ahead here, right? I mean, like a draw away essentially from winning the game.
He is, but also SuperFake kind of isn't a draw away because he can draw approximately 1 million cards this turn. Well, and next turn, should I say. He can kill off his Kurtrus. So SuperFake also has a 7/7 on board that if that does get to live, if Dizdemon doesn't have the way to win, maybe that pushes 7, but then he has the triple cram session that he can use. Big deal. Going to use the 1 mana one to give him a little bit more flexible choices right now. That's a 1 mana fireball. A lot of damage. Going to kill off his own Dawngrasp and say, nope, you're not getting any healing from this. If you want to...
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Outgo the earphones for SuperFake. He knows the series is drawing to an end. Remember, the winner moves on to top. The loser is done.
Okay, so that's lethal next turn. Wait, is it lethal this turn? No, it's 24.
Wait, he can go Il'gynoth, Moarg, Arcanist, Guild Trader, Fellscream?
Yeah.
Right.
That's 24 plus 20, plus 1 the hero power 25. But next turn could do a whole lot more. Not a whole lot more, right? Because it only all it opens up is 1 more Fell Scream.
Yeah, I think the idea is if he can acrobatics again. I mean, he's probably going to overdraw at this point, right? If he keeps going with all this, but if he just hits another Moarg, he just obliterates SuperFake, right? Like it suddenly goes into a let's not even bother counting kind of scenario. He's going to just get Magtheridon now. Give SuperFake something to think about. So he's also saying to SuperFake, okay, you have to either freeze this, or if you go for lethal, then you definitely have to finish it, right? He gets the heal off to 30 as well. It's a good turn from Dizdemon. I think that was a really tricky one, but ending the turn on 30 health and just having no threats on SuperFake's side of the board is about as good as it's ever going to get.
But now needs Talented Arcanist to win the game.
I wonder.
But has acrobatics. But would have to do it for... Oh no, can't win the game next turn. right? Unless Magtheridon connects.
Wait, it depends what happens to Magtheridon, right? Because he could finish with the I-Beam?
Well, he can't right now because the mana cost of just Il'gynoth, Guild Trader, Moarg is 8.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And so then can fit in either I-Beam or Fellscream Blast.
Yep. You're right. I thought the Fellscream was 0 for some reason. SuperFake, just drawing more cards, doing more stuff, but I don't think that adds up to 30 TJ unless you're counting something else.
No, but has another cram session.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just going to empty cards. Got the Flurry off, and then Ice Barrier, and then hold on to burn next turn. Ignite's going to cost 1. Oh, this is close. I believe there's a second Moarg. So there's a second Talented Arcanist or Guild Trader. My deck tracker stopped working, so Spectral Sight, but that costs 1.
I see.
Vigil.
Now does... Ooh, okay.
Moarg.
So does he pivot an I-Beam now?
Wait, no, that's... Is that not lethal? Il'gynoth, Guild Trader. Oh no, because Ice Barrier. Can't get the 1 in. Because that's 30?
I bet you can do this.
Yeah, and if he swings, it procs 8.
Not. I am out of cards. Time grows.
Okay, well,
Second Guild
know what
Trader?
those last 2 cards were.
Is it a...
Wait. Are we stupid,
Oh, never mind. It is
TJ?
lethal. Yeah, it is lethal. Yeah. Because he can get double Moarg. Okay, yep.
Oh, right. Okay, we're being very, very stupid. That's going to be the lethal then. 36 is enough, and it was very, very entertaining there. And there's a wave goodbye, but good job, SuperFake. It was a great series. You nearly clawed it back, but Dizdemon got there, and again, it was good from SuperFake, and it was a long one, but I do think that Dizdemon having to just grab a win on Demon Hunter was just favoured going all the way through. I just think the deck is good enough that you expect it to win, like the 1 in 3 or whatever. So it was a good showing from both players. I think SuperFake really showed us that you can still do different things in the meta and be successful. But unfortunately for him, he is ending his tournament in top 16, and Dizdemon is going to move on to top 8.
Yeah, very close series, a lot closer than I had expected, and a little bit of a messy last turn, right? I think Dizdemon was kind of on the same thought process that I was, that if you count the damage on the previous turns, could only deal 30, and the Ice Barrier probably messed him up. He's like, okay, I need a weapon attack, but then realizing that he could play double Moarg instead of the just double spell damage, right? Which ended up being the difference maker for the 36. Right. So still gets there at the end, which is what he needs. And now I believe that was because that match was so long. All the other top 16 matches have finished up.
Yeah, right? I think they have. Yeah, I'm not sure if we'll be able to show you the bracket right now, or if we're going to do it after the break. We'll find out shortly. But yeah, that's a big deal as well for Dizdemon, right? A name that's been around for a long time. Just another strong performance, making it to top 8. Do you know what players have you got them, TJ? Who's made it through yet? Have I put you on the spot because you've not here, or?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yuri Hunter.
Yep.
Mago, Pun, MSBC, Gregorius, Bada Jimpom.
Yep, there you go.
That name. Wansu and Dizdemon is the top 8. So pretty good top 8, to be honest. We got an Americas player in there, so I'm happy.
That's all TJ needs. One single hope. There you go. That's what happened there. So we had Yonsu beating Treads Red, Bada Jimpon beating Wolf Warriors S2, Gregorius Sil beating Hemlock. We, of course, just saw Dizdemon take his victory, MSBC over Pocket Train, Pun taking down Mini Slash, Fury Hunter taking down WE Stone. That's a huge win, not only because, I think a lot of us have known Fury Hunter for a long time, but Stone has been rocking it lately anyway, so that is a huge win for him there, and Mago GX taking the victory over Azrite. What are you laughing at?